You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open the fucking window.
It all sounds like some bad movie.
So the basic premise of Snakes on a Plane is apparently the studio wanted to make a make a bad movie on purpose.
Yeah, that's exactly what they wanted to do. Well, they were hoping that the hype from it would
it did.
Well, they were hoping that the hype would just it didn't do that well.
It did better than it would have without the hype.
Well, they were, what's funny is they were really pushing for Snakes on a Plane makes $48 million this weekend. That's what they were hoping, and what it really did was, I think, 14.
It did better than it would have.
It did do better than it would have.
Yeah.
The budget on it was I actually have
low.
Well, you could tell just from the special effects of the snakes. It was pretty bad.
Low, yeah. CGI snakes, no good. No.
It was pretty bad.
And
they actually don't list the budget.
Now,
yeah,
before we go into the behind the scenes aspect and everything, you want to give a rundown of the plot, which should take 10 seconds?
Yeah, the plot is I don't remember his name, but
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, not Samuel L. Jackson. This
random kid
sees this gangster, not gangster, it's Asian gangster.
He witnesses a crime killing.
He witnesses a crime, so they're after him. So he gets on a plane, and it gets leaked on what plane he's going to be on. And what happens is this guy Kim just puts thousands of snakes on the plane, hits them with these pheromones, so they go fucking ape shit on anything that goes near them. His plan is to bring down the plane, thus killing the kid, thus no witness against him to testify.
Now, normally you'd think
that's the whole plot.
Normally you'd think bringing on a plane would involve a bomb, some kind of bomb. Apparently, Kim had a lot of snakes on hand, didn't know what to do with them. Figured that best way to bring the plane down is to just assume that by chance an assload of snakes on a plane will eventually cause the whole thing to come into crash into the ocean.
It'll get into the circuitry of the plane, and just the GPS will just go haywire. No more communication with with LAX, and then you go down. Right. $33 million. Now that's higher than I thought it was.
Because Samuel L. Jackson's guarding the kid, so the kid's untouchable. You can't reach the kid.
Kid's safe.
So it was easier for Kim to contact an underground snake handler in North America,
who's been arrested twice before.
Right, so he has a record.
Easy to find him.
Right. Have him ship an assload of a variety of highly poisonous and dangerous snakes to was it Hawaii?
Honolulu.
That's in Hawaii, isn't it?
Probably.
So they ship all these snakes to Honolulu, I'm assuming on a plane. Then they secure them on the plane that's leaving, rig an altimeter, so when they reach a certain altitude, the snakes are released, and have someone else spray snake pheromones, which I guess even though they're all different kinds of snakes, I guess they're all attracted to the same kind of pheromones, and they spray them on the lays, which they give to the people as they leave Honolulu, which usually it works in reverse. Usually when you go to Honolulu and you leave the plane, they give you the lays.
Yeah, you don't usually take them back with you or get them when you get on.
They usually don't say, welcome to leaving Honolulu. There's a lot of I would say, slight logic problems with that setup. Which
There's a lot of problems with this film, and little things too.
Well, actually, I want to. Since we're talking about the stakes on the plane, like them getting it on,
Yeah.
I've got a major issue continuity wise. Because here's the setup, and it'll be on the screen behind us before we're done talking. At one point, while they're securing the plane, we're meeting our cast of victims and characters.
Right.
So the shots are literally, we have a shot outside of cops taking the pets, taking the the sniffing dogs, the bomb sniffing dogs,
Right.
taking them onto the plane to sniff the cargo hold out. Outside, one of the baggage handlers picks up a phone and goes, "Flight 578, click." Obviously alerting to them that that's the plane that the kid's going to be on.
Right.
Right. We then cut to one of the pilots getting on the plane, get to meet him. So there's a slight passage of time, nothing major. Then we cut to some other jamoke talking into a phone as he's spraying the lays, giving us backgrounds. Oh yeah, these pheromones, they're going to drive those snakes batty. Yeah, this is going to be great. Then we cut back to the cops again. They're still in the hold with the dog, and as we find out eventually when the snakes are released, the snakes are already on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So
When did they get him in there, and how come nobody saw it?
no. Obviously, they got them in there before before the cops got in there with the dogs, which means the only thing I can think of that the guy with the phone's doing when he says,
"Wait a minute, isn't that wrong too?" Because
What?
later on, doesn't Samuel L. Jackson's partner said, "Oh, we didn't notice them because they were cold-blooded." I guess the dogs couldn't sense them.
I guess I don't understand what that was about either. I guess it was.
So I think that's a continuity error as well.
But if the guy's on the phone saying flight 55548 or whatever it was,
Right.
who's he alerting? Because the snakes are already on the plane, which means they knew. And at first I was thinking, oh, maybe he was telling the guy with the lays which plane to take the lays to. But he should know because the snakes are already on the plane. Unless and the only other, because they're behind these boxes of lays.
Right.
Right? The only other option is that in the passage of time between the cops going on the plane, the shot of the cops going to the plane, and then the shot of the guy spraying the pheromones, and then going back to the shot of the cops in the plane, that would mean in that passage of time, the cops would have had to take the dogs through the cargo hold, leave. Somebody else should have brought a giant crate full of snakes onto the cargo hold,
Right.
covered it with the lays, take a bunch of empty boxes of lays out, and then the cop came back and sniffed again. So that's...
Yes. Not incorrect. How about that?
That bothered me.
It bothered you a little bit.
Only because, I'm looking for continuity errors and stuff. And that's a major one. I have to assume it happened in the editing room.
I think a lot of things happened in the editing room.
A lot of bad things happened in that editing room.
Yeah.
One thing that happened in the editing room is, we just came off of talking about Ridley Scott, right?
Yes.
Who's bitching about his R rating and is probably going to have to cut it down to a PG-13.
Yeah.
Due to the response of fans on the internet, before the film even came out, there was such a huge backswell of support for the film. The filmmakers went back, shot additional scenes to bump it from a PG-13 up to an R, because people were outraged that they were going to release this film with a PG-13.
Yeah, there's
They went back and added shit to get it to an R.
There's another film that people are and you know what, off the top of my fucking head, I can't think of it, but they say this film needs to be an R.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a PG-13 because all the previous films, I think it's you know what?
Wasn't that Tintin?
I'm unprepared for it, so I shouldn't even have brought it up. No, there's another film. There's another big film coming out that it was threatened that it could have been a PG-13, but from what I understand, it is getting an R. They're sticking to an R.
So but I find that interesting. I thought it was cool that they had to go back and add stuff.
Right.
And one of the things was the iconic line that they added in to get the R rating by boosting up the foul language was the motherfucking snakes line.
Oh. What is
You want to do it?
How did it go? Just, sure.
I am sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Of course, it's a deeper voice because it's Samuel L. Jackson. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. I must ask you. I will broach the question to you right now. Is there any other actor who delivers the line "motherfucker" better than Samuel L. Jackson?
No.
Which wallet is it? Is the one that says "badass motherfucker"? I mean, he throws motherfucker out there better. I mean, I defy you. Tell me another actor that gives a better motherfucker.
There isn't. You're right. There truly isn't.
There are plenty of actors out there who are capable of delivering a better fucker, or even just a better fuck. But as far as motherfucker, he's the one.
It begins and ends with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, that's you can't go anywhere else from there.
Sorry. Let's fast forward a bit then. Everybody's on the plane, or everyone's boarding, and they pull the most cliche. You get.
Wait, which part is that?
Well, as far as people on the plane.
Oh, the wide.
The snobby boss. You get the two kids flying by themselves. You get the lady and her baby. You get the chick with the little dog. You know, the high maintenance chick with the little dog. The celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
You get all these people.
It's like it's right out of the 70s. It's right out of like Airport 77 or whatever it was. It's one of those classic disaster films. It's Airplane.
And I'm not saying that you wouldn't have those type of people on this plane anyway.
It's the big setup because they're the ones you focus on.
Right.
Yeah.
They they're what they do, with the woman and the baby and the two kids, they're flying by themselves for the first time. They're trying to get some emotion out of you when things get all fucked up.
Well, they're introducing your victims and your survivors.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is to make you guess who's going to die. And it was at least once, in order to give any kind of emotion from you or to crank up any kind of suspense, is they'll introduce characters to you that you kind of like, such as the hypochondriac husband and the wife.
Oh, they're on their honeymoon.
Right. They'll introduce characters that you kind of like. You're sympathetic to them.
Let me tell you
wrong with
something.
them. Yeah.
I'm that guy. I hate flying so much. I'm that guy. I'm like paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
If something's going on, every seat's not full. I don't know what's going on here, but something's going on. That's me. I hate flying.
It's the basic writing trick. You put a character in that you can empathize with, as you do.
Yeah.
And then you like the character and you like them and they're okay. So then, but they're peripheral characters. They don't really matter. So then we can kill them off, and you go, oh. And it builds this doubt when you now they could kill off anybody. Well, they're not. They're not killing off Samuel L. Jackson. They're not going to kill off the funny
stewardess,
the funny black guys, or the love interest stewardess isn't going to bite it. So
they'll kill everyone else. They'll kill the little dog.
Yeah, it's by the they thank God they killed the dog.
The snobby guy
list.
that threw the dog.
Well, that's
and he was set up for you to hate him, so that when it happened, you in most cases would probably cheer.
And that's what they do. And again, that's what they do. It's basic screenwriting. Here's a character you hate that you're going to be happy. Here's a character you like that you're going to be sad when they die. Here's the character that you hate, but that they're going to have a character arc where you end up liking them at the end.
Right.
Like maybe the rapper. What was 3G?
3G.
Which is before they upgraded.
Although I liked his one bodyguard. His real name is Kenan Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually funny. I think he's genuinely funny person.
Was he from Good Burger?
Yes, he was.
I thought so.
He was from Good Burger. He's now on Saturday Night Live. So when they put him in skits, those are its shining moments, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. When he's not in skits, it's horrifically bad.
So the character was 3G, the rapper. 3G. That was before they upgraded the 4G.
Yeah, and there's a scene in this movie too.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I love when technology ages in a film. Please go ahead.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
And the thing that kills me about it too, when you make a movie, if I made a movie, I would make it I would do it in such a way so that when you watch it, say 5 years later, this movie's only 6 years old. 5 years later, 6 years later, 10 years later, it doesn't outdate itself.
It wasn't supposed to be timeless, though. It was a product of the times.
No, I know that.
They know that.
But when the scene happens where they're talking with the snake expert, and the one girl, the high maintenance girl with the dog,
they're on the airplane phone. You got to underline that.
Right, they're on the airplane phone. You're right.
Sky phone.
And she says, well, why don't we take pictures of it? And the one snobby guy, he says, well, how the hell are we going to do that? She goes, ever heard of email? And
the way stewardess says, all we need is a computer that can send email and a digital camera.
And she holds up her phone, which is obviously a smartphone.
The rich girl,
which is a very early smartphone, and says this does both.
Right.
And this film is only 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, when that was introduced in the film, smartphones at the time were very expensive. When they first came out, they were extremely expensive, and they were rare.
I'm guessing it was a BlackBerry too.
It could
I
have
almost
been a
want to say it was a
BlackBerry. You
BlackBerry.
know what? It might not have been a smartphone, but it did have satellite connectivity, so that they could be up in the air, and she could still send emails and send pictures.
I mean, the joke is, you're watching the film now. They're on a plane. They want to email pictures of somebody,
right?
And only one person has a phone that can do that, instead of like 20 of them.
Right, exactly.
Instead of everybody going, well, obviously.
Right, and again, I wouldn't have put that in the film, just because it's outdated.
All right.
The next year, the movie comes out in 2006. In 2007, it's completely outdated. Smartphones started to take over.
The film was not meant to survive.
Yeah, I know, but it's just one of the many problems that's wrong with this movie.
But I can forgive all the problems the film has based on one instance in the film.
What's that?
Any continuity, the fact that the snakes don't move like real snakes do, and ironically, the reason they use CGI for the snakes is because real snakes don't move the way they wanted them to.
Of course not. Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that most of the snakes don't act the way snakes would have acted, I can forgive all the continuity errors. I can. Oh, what the hell? I can forgive the fact. I'm beating my microphone against my face. I can forgive the fact. Yeah, that's what I call it when I'm alone. I can forgive the factual errors. I can forgive the cheesiness, all because of one thing they did in the film that said to the audience, if you caught it, we're fucking around. Don't take it serious. When the snakes are attacking,
okay,
and the tall male stewardess, flight attendant,
he throws a snake in a microwave.
No, throws a snake in the microwave. Did you happen to notice what he pushed on the microwave?
I know the time was 2:10.
The time was 2:10, but first he pushed the snake preset button on the microwave.
Oh, did he?
There was a snake preset button on the microwave when he throws the snake in the microwave.
And you know what?
And I rewound.
I really need to stop watching these movies in my fucking car.
See, you got to pay attention. I rewound it immediately. So hold on a second, and just the fact they went through the trouble to make the fake microwave thing to put the snake button on it.
Right.
I forgive them for everything. Obviously, they were just going for fun. This film was meant to. The movie again. They weren't trying to write a great film. No. They were trying to write a fun film that followed the conventions of that genre, the exploitation horror film, and do it to entertain. And it does.
Well, and don't get me wrong.
And that's why,
when we watched it at my house, probably about 6 years ago.
Yes.
And we watched it for the first time. It was a fucking blast. We had a blast watching it because it was awful, but fun because it was awful. And I think that was one of the first nights we talked about possibly. It's like, why don't we record our conversations when we do this?
Yeah, so we're doing this now. Why don't we just record what we're talking
We didn't
about?
end up doing that till about 3 years later, but we would always talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever we get together, we'd spend 3 hours talking about movies. What'd you see? Oh, I saw this, and then we talk about it. So,
yeah, and so, but that's why, like, I'm not getting angry over that one continuity thing at the beginning was so blatantly bizarre that I could not handle it properly.
Right.
But yeah, everything else in the film is just meant for fun. I mean, it's Samuel L. Jackson running, and then when it's all built up to Samuel L. Jackson's line. After that, it's okay. Well, now we're going to shoot some holes in the windows, and we're going to let the funny black guy drive the plane. It was just back and forth.
I got 2,000 hours.
It was just back and forth between the humor and the horror, and of course you've got snakes biting bare breasts, and
yeah, biting dicks.
What was it? Get off my dick, bitch.
Yeah.
Which you rarely hear You
No,
rarely hear that phrase.
I would
Get
never.
off my dick, bitch, is rarely used, and if heard, is rarely heard from again.
I would never say that.
I can't think of a situation in which I would be motivated to utter that phrase.
Get some bitch off my dick. I wouldn't want that.
I think I am more likely in my lifetime to spontaneously use the phrase "I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on these motherfucking planes" than I am saying "Get off my dick, bitch."
Well, I'm glad you cleared that up.
Well, the odds are almost the same, but I think
What
they
the
weigh
shit
towards
just happened?
what?
The video on my fucking screen just went ape shit.
What'd you do? Mine's fine.
My computer just. Whoa, dude.
Oh, we're still recording audio, right?
Oh.
Are we okay?
This is bad.
Oh no!
What the fuck just happened?
I have to go against everything that we've discussed here, and I'm gonna have to log on to live stream to see what's happening.
Oh, fucking hell! I don't know if I'm gonna be able to save our audio.
Don't say that,
Dude. This is bad.
Hang on. Let me don't turn anything off. I got to see what's happening. This doesn't sound good.
It's not good.
Why? What's happening? Describe it to me, sir.
The whole screen is just breaking up everywhere.
I've got a green screen on my end here.
Yeah, I think it's Procaster. I'm going to stop Procaster, and then we're going to go live again. But we're going to still be recording our podcast.
Okay.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to stop it.
Now, here's the fun part while Joey's doing this. For all you people listening at home, you get to listen to us work through the technical difficulties of trying to do a live video podcast while we're recording. So essentially, by trying to add another dimension to the podcast, we've decreased the value of your audio podcast.
Yeah.
So welcome to the new devalued Moviesucktastic.
Dude, this is fucking bad. Something just bad just happened. Dude, this is so. I'm shocked that we're still recording. Oh my god.
For those of you just tuning in, Joey's computer exploded, and the show's about to die.
And what's hilarious about this is I was going to put another 12 gig of RAM in this fucking thing tonight. But there's a fucking building fire on the same street that the computer store that I buy all my shit from is on as well. So they closed both sides. Can't get there. What the fuck?
I have firsthand news now from some of our listeners that our screen is green.
Yeah, I killed the Procaster.
Okay.
And oh man, this is so bad.
Oh. Anyway, snakes on a plane.
Snakes on a plane, motherfucker.
Yeah. Now, and also,
you know what? I think. Hold on a second.
The beauty of the movie was that there was such a groundswell of support. It was like a grassroots campaign for the movie, which you don't get much anymore.
Right.
Even for things like the Hunger Games or Twilight, it's such an orchestrated machine. By the time the books get popular enough to be made into a film, that any public support is really just a background noise to the advertising budgets of these massive companies creating these films. Snakes on a Plane was really film fans catching online that this film was going to happen and just gathering behind it, and they had such a groundswell of just support. Mm-hmm. My favorite story is the fact that when Samuel L. Jackson signed on, his agent told the studio that they had to change the name because Samuel L. Jackson, Oscar-nominated actor,
right,
could not be in a film called Snakes on a Plane. So they announced they were going to change the name, and then there was such a huge backlash against it. And then when Samuel L. Jackson heard about it, didn't know that they were going to change the name, his response was, you have to leave the name. That's why I took the job. I took the job because I saw the title, Snakes on a Plane, had to be there. and it's that kind of weirdness that, I don't know how often you get that kind of massive support for a film no one's seen. And no one really knows. Who was involved with the film that had a cult following behind him? This isn't like Dogma with Kevin Smith, where you have people, we love Kevin Smith. We support him no matter what. We haven't seen the film yet, but we're sure it's going to be great. This was just some random horror film with snakes in it.
Yes.
You know, and I don't think you see that often anymore. And I think Snakes in a Plane is gonna, even though it's very dated instantly, it's gonna hold that position just as being one of those weird films that was a cult hit before it was released, and is now mainly known as the film that everyone wanted to see for no real reason. You know?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to save our show.
Joey's trying to save our show.
I'm just let me put it this way.
What?
I don't see an easy way to save our show. Because the entire screen,
Audio or the video?
audio. The video I already saved because I was able to see a small portion of the video on the screen.
So should we just say call this the end of the episode and hope it actually makes it?
Yes.
Oh my! I guess I'm not going to be reading from the terrible game tonight.
No. Oh, you did. You planned on doing that.
I actually dug it up. I was going to start doing it again.
It's gonna have to wait till next week.
It's going to have to wait. Okay.
Because you know what? Audacity and Reaper, which is what I use to do our audio, I have no idea if they have an auto recovery, which I'm hoping they do.
Audacity does, because I had to use it once before.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's I forget. If you look it up, I googled it or something and I found it. The backup files are still there, and you can reattach them somehow. I forget.
What I'm looking at here, I brought up Task Manager. And
we're now entering. We went from movies to politics to movies. Now we're into the tech portion of the show.
Yes, that's right. I went into Task Manager, and that when I bring that up, the screen is flawless. So I know this has something to do with me doing a dual screen setup.
Oh, it's the dual screen that gets you, dude. It's the dual screen that gets you.
Well, I fucking need it. That's the problem.
Oh no, I know you need it. I'm not saying
it's the only way I can do the show properly. Obviously, that's not the case this evening.
I'm not mocking the dual screen. I'm just saying that's probably what tripped you up.
Son of a bitch.
Welcome to the last episode of Moviesucktastic.
The very last one.
Speaking of Titanic, listen in as Moviesucktastic sinks slowly into the Arctic Ocean, and Joey and I fight over the last table.
Yeah.
Would you die for me, Joey?
I would.
I wouldn't.
I brought up the soundboard that I have, and I probably could play our ending music.
Possibly.
So, yeah, that's so fucked up.
Oh.
Wow, this is so fucking bad. If I move my mouse over parts of the screen, it like colors it back in.
That's always a good sign. That means there's still stuff there.
Yeah. I mean, we can continue talking and just hope to God that I get to save all of this. We were at an hour and 10 or 15 minutes anyway. So, I mean, we can go for another 5 or 10 minutes. You can give me my movie challenge if you decide if you don't want to do Titanic next week. If you do, then you can still give me the movie challenge, but we'll hold it for a later episode.
Your movie challenge is Titanic.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because I want to switch gears from challenges.
Well, no, you had another movie to give me.
No, because I was thinking that I wanted to get out of movie challenges to work on the films that were.
Oh, you didn't just come up with that on the fly?
No, I was actually planning on doing that.
Really?
Yeah, It was actually coincidence that Titanic. It's not coincidence. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do that too.
Oh.
It makes sense. The Titanic 3Ds in the theater. We're doing a book on blockbuster bad movies that we're researching. I just thought it all tied in nicely, and that way we can kind of not work on 3 things simultaneously. We can combine them all into one thing.
Oh, okay.
That's all. That's me being smart. SMRT.
SMRT. You are smart. Fucking hell.
I don't want to read the terrible game.
Well, I can't get the music for it anyway.
Ooh, that's why. I was about to say that's why, because you won't be able to play the masterpiece music. And also, now that we have the video, I want to actually be on video when I'm reading it, because that'll be even more useless. So
Holy fucking
we might
balls.
have to call this an episode.
I think so. I mean, we basically gave our whole piece about snakes on a plane. There's nothing else to talk about for snakes on a plane.
No, I think I covered everything. It really, for me, it begins and ends with the snake preset button on the microwave.
Yeah.
That sets that one instant sets the tone of the entire film. After that happens, you can just relax and go, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't just enjoy it. It doesn't matter anymore.
I have to figure out why this fucking computer did this.
Maybe it's just a monitor.
It's got to be a dual boot issue, and I don't know. Maybe I got to look into. I know my graphics card has new drivers, so I probably just have to do that. We've been doing this for a little while now, probably 4 or 5 weeks now, longer even. Never had one issue.
Well, we've still been improving upon it. So this is like the first major issue we've had that wasn't due to ignorance on our part. This is the first.
And this episode was going so well too. I was very happy with the production of this episode.
Oh yeah, I was looking forward to looking at it. No, this up until now we've had nothing but user issues. This is a technical issue. This is not us doing things wrong. This is something going wrong on us.
I have to also delve into our audio programs and make sure it has some sort of like if I were to, like the computer were to shut down, it will save it somewhere, like automatically. So it's just some sort of redundancy, you know?
I'm redundant.
I can be too sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, what are you talking about?
Right. So, fucking hell. So I guess let's just go ahead and end the show.
Happy trails.
Yeah.
What did the band play as the Titanic sank?
What did they play?
Yeah, they played something when the Titanic sank. Wasn't it like the Beer Barrel Polka or something?
Oh yeah. What the fuck was it? I don't even know.
Making Whoopee.
No, it wasn't that. But it's this fucking big band music.
Yeah. Well, other kind is there.
Well, as a matter of fact, what's interesting about that, Brian, at the time, he was still in college when Titanic came out, and for extra credit, he had to go to some performance where the guy played nothing but big band music, and Titanic was just coming out in the theaters, and he mentioned this whole thing about how, legend has it, and on the Titanic they played this style of music as it was sinking, and sure enough, fucking James Cameron had it in the goddamn movie.
Well, I think it's a part of the legend too. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm playing. I'm playing our theme music.
Brian.
Yeah. I wonder if he listens.
I think he probably just to find out if he has to renew the restraining order on me. The answer is yes, you do.
You do. You're a dangerous man.
I'm a dangerous man.
You were very dangerous.
I am.
I see firsthand what you did to my computer tonight.
That was me.
That was all you, because you're a dangerous man.
I did that with my mind.
You sure did.
And I could also make people sterile with my mind too.
All right. Do you have any wisdom other than Joey needs to fucking revamp his whole goddamn computer?
Yeah. I guess my wisdom would be always avoid motherfucking snakes on motherfucking planes.
I like it.
But my parting wisdom would be whenever you watch Star Wars episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Whenever Samuel L. Jackson appears on screen, in your mind, substitute lines from his other films for the lines he's speaking on the screen.
Okay.
It works for me.
Yeah. You can make it a drinking game.
What? No. I don't do those anymore.
You don't do them anymore?
No. No.
Sorry.
Those are bad. I'm actually like I'm doing a high school tour now where I go to high schools and we play the last 15 minutes of Moviesucktastic Oscar show, and then I talk about the evils of drinking. I think I've changed a lot of lives.
You know what? You changed my life.
I changed your wastebasket.
You changed my carpet.
I didn't change the carpet.
You spilled vodka all over my floor.
It was on the plastic thingy.
Yeah, a lot of it hit my pants, though.
I changed your pants.
Well, you know what? I'll never know if any of it really hit the carpet. This shit's clear.
You change my pants every time we do a show, Joey.
Look at that.
You're changing them right now.
Oh, man. All right. You want to tell everybody where they can go?
Yeah, I'll say where to. Oh, you mean for the show?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different place. To listen to Moviesucktastic, you can go to Moviesucktastic.com.
Okay.
There's more. From there, you can you can listen to our show, our podcast live there. Do we have a live stream thing set up on the website?
We sure do. It's on the podcast page.
I know we do. Of course I know that. You can watch us live Thursday nights, and you can probably access our other videos from live stream from the site, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, of course. You can also access our podcast. Our audio podcast can also be accessed on iTunes. If you listen to us, please, please, please go to iTunes, leave a message, leave a rating, all positive. Support us. Help us get the word out there so other people can tune in and listen to us as we have equipment breakdown and we talk about snakes on a plane 10 minutes longer than we should have just to pad the time.
Yeah, so to see if Joey can fix this problem, which he couldn't.
Right. You can also listen to us on Podcast Pickle, Podcast Pup, Zune, Mevio.
Mevio.
Yes. Mevio
Stitcher.
Still. Stitcher. I said Stitcher, didn't I?
Not sure.
Yeah, I said Stitcher.
Okay.
And Stitcher, you can listen to us on your smartphone or in your BMW. In which case,
use your turn signals.
Yeah, please use your turn signals. While you're using your turn signals, you can call our hotline.
908-514-4470. I'm not saying it a second time.
That number again is...
Oh, you fucker. 908-514-4470.
And, of course, you can always go to smichaelwilson.com, which I haven't updated in the last couple of weeks, so I shouldn't even be mentioning it because I'm just embarrassing myself. And if you happen to be near a bookstore, rush in, throw some shit around, and say, God damn it, where is the latest issue? Where is the new issue of Uncle John's Flush Fiction, the humor anthology that's hitting bookstores now?
Very good. And if you are listening to this episode, that means I was able to fucking salvage it from the ashes.
Right. And if you already have a copy of Uncle John's Flush Fiction, run into your local bookstore, ask the clerk what year it is, and when they tell you, run out screaming, "It worked! It worked!"
And you can always send it to Scott, or he'll sign it for you.
Send me anything and I'll sign it for you. I will sign anything.
That's right.
I've got plenty of Sharpies here just waiting to mark shit up.
There you go.
And just remember, just because you like it doesn't mean it's good.
That's right. All right, we'll talk to you all next week.
As long as Joey's computer isn't
it'll be fine. It does what I say. Just not right this second.
Really, is it? It's not doing what you say now?
No, it's not. But we'll see. If I can save this episode and you're listening to it, I won, motherfucker.
It does what you say as long as you don't say, "Get off my dick, bitch."
That's right.
All right.
All right, we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.